Welcome to the end of the world. Oh no, I mean the Spilling Daisies show, where you will witness the end of the world, and horrific cataclysmic events will occur. Don't worry though, you will get to see Charlie Sheen before you go. Let's start the Spilling Daisies show.
It's the Spilling Daisy Show, and you never know who's gonna show. Here on the Daisy Show, you never know who's gonna show. Local business friends and foes, come on over to the Daisy Show. 'Cause it's the Daisy Show, the Daisy Show, the Daisy Show. Bring your pets along with you and we'll sing a song or two here on the Daisy Show. It's the Spilling Daisy Show, and you never know who's gonna show. Here on the Daisy Show, you never know who's gonna show.
Hey guys, that was my evil twin sister, Sarita. She talks about the end of the world. You know, because the world's going to end May 11th, 2011. No, nobody believes me. It's totally going to happen. Records show that if you're a Christian or a Catholic, you believe the end of the world is going to take place. So, that brings me into my news stories, the top news stories of the week, aka Lady G's top news stories of the week. Let's go. According to WeKnow.com, Judgment Day is upon us on May 21st, 2011. Although some people say it's May 11th. Why can't anybody just make up their minds? According to this website, and I quote, "He hath appointed a day in which he will judge the world." 1731 KJV in the Bible, end quote. Then, after God brings his chosen ones up with him to the heavens, where he will relinquish all of the great people of this wonderful world, cataclysmic events will occur on October 21st, 2012, where good versus evil will ensue, and it will be like a Pokemon game. Do you believe? Send us your thoughts at daisygram@genevievejerome.com. In other news, which may affect a lot of college students, including this one, according to our new governor, Jerry Brown, he is imposing budget cuts tremendously all across the board. What's even worse, community college folks? He wants to spike up community college fees to $100 a unit. $100 a unit for community college. I'm sorry, is he out of his freaking mind? In this economy, a lot of college students can barely afford to go to college as it is and are living off of student loans and financial aid. Where are we going to get the money for $100 a unit? I don't think so, Governor Jerry Brown. You're going to have a lot of haters out there. Kind of like me. Anyways, in other news, and this just happened a few days ago, due to the horrible effects of the Japanese earthquake, 9.0 is what they're saying it turned out to be. Recently, the Earth has shifted on its axis 8 degrees. 8 degrees! No wonder I felt so weird yesterday. Anyways, 8 degrees is a big deal if you think about it. That can cause horrendous events all across the board. And don't just ask me. Look on the earthquake website at earthquake.gov. Or better yet, go on the NOAA website and look it up. You guys all think I'm stupid, but there's a lot in this brain. According also to other sources on March 18th, supposedly the Bay Area is supposed to have a record-sized earthquake that is supposed to be known as the big one. If an earthquake does happen, geologists are saying we will in fact feel it up in Sacramento. Feel it up. Do you get it? I just said feel it up. Ha! I was just trying to make a joke on a light situation because you all think I'm so serious. So, for our next news story, I want to talk about the fact that there is going to be a chicken butcher shop imposed right next to the ASPCA in downtown Sac. Really? A chicken butcher shop and the ASPCA? It doesn't seem to me like the two go together. What do you think? Send us your thoughts at daisygram.com. And we don't hesitate to block rude comments regarding animals because we're big animal rights fans here. Oh, but we hate PETA. We can't stand you guys, so don't send us your hate mail, okay?
Hey, Charlie. How are you doing?
Dude, glad to be here.
So, we just had a couple of questions to ask you today. Is that all right?
Sure, dude. Bring it on. Bring it. Bring it.
All right, Charlie, are you addicted to drugs?
Well, dude, it depends on what kind of drugs we're talking about, isn't it?
So that's a yes. Okay, what about the whores, man?
Whoa, the girls. Hey, you know, I just bought 3 new cars for my 3 favorite girls. Hey,
Hey.
Kermit,
Yeah?
you want to have a little party with me and the girls tonight? Huh? Come on, dude. We're going to have a little party. I got my limo out front. Bring it with me. Come on, dude.
Is this thing still, rolling right now?
Well, my limo's gonna be rolling.
Cut.
Hey, don't
cut.
be- a little social behavior, do you?
Cut!
Little social behavior, do you?
Can't is the cancer of happen. Can't is the cancer of happen. I can't do it. The Nike slogan doesn't say, just try it. Oh, okay. Just try it. No, just do it, man.
Hey guys, Genevieve here from the Spilling Daisy Show. Today we are super excited to have our guest Dawn Cap on the show from Chaco's Pitbull Rescue. Hi Dawn, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, so Dawn, tell us a little bit about Chaco's Pitbull Rescue, what they do, when it got started.
Chaco started in College Station, Texas around 1996 when I was in grad school there.
Oh, okay.
And so we've been rescuing dogs and doing breed advocacy and education ever since. I'm from California, so when I moved back here, after grad school, it followed me up here.
Okay, okay. And what did you go to grad school for?
Medical science, biochemistry, and genetics.
Oh, she's smart. She's super smart. There we go. Okay. And when you were in Texas, now did you have a business there, or were you just beginning to start?
I was just beginning. How it started is I walked into a local shelter. I had just bought a little house there.
Oh, okay.
Because real estate is much cheaper in Texas than it is in California. And I thought I would adopt a pit bull. And so I walked into the local shelter. And I said, do you have any pit bulls here? I'd like to take a look at some of your dogs. And the lady said, no, we don't adopt out pit bulls.
Oh.
And at the time I grew up around pit bulls, but I didn't know much about rescue. And so I said, well, what do you mean you don't adopt them out?
Right.
She goes, no, we euthanize any pit bulls that we get.
It's horrible.
And I said, you euthanize them? I go, well, what do you do with puppies? Because I couldn't imagine anyone euthanize a little teeny puppy.
Right.
And she's like, we euthanize them. We don't adopt out vicious dogs. And she says, why do you want a pit bull? Only drug dealers have pit bulls. And I said, well, I'm not a drug dealer. I'm a grad student at Texas A&M. And I said, well, if you get a pit bull that you're going to euthanize, can you call me? And she says, no, we can't do that. And then she thought about it for a while, and she said, well, what do you mean, like a rescue? And I said, yeah, having no idea what a rescue was. And she just slid me this book, and she said, put your name and number in our rescue book. I put the name and number. I went home. It was the beginning of the internet, so I did my little rudimentary search on pit bull rescue, and there were none in existence at that time that I could find.
Wow.
And so I started Chaco Pit Bull Rescue.
And where did I'm curious, because I've done some classes with you. Where did the name Chaco originate from?
Chaco is my childhood dog.
Oh, okay.
And I grew up with him.
Oh.
And the reason I named it Chaco is at the time when I was starting the rescue, I had this image in my head of if Chaco had found himself in that shelter.
Yeah.
And knowing what a phenomenal, fantastic dog Chaco was. I mean, he really was a person, a soul, and really smart, super loyal, just a great dog all around. And I had an image of if he just, unfortunately, through no fault of his own, found himself in that shelter, I had this image of him sitting in that concrete cell with the bars and going to be euthanized for no reason other than he was a pit bull.
Right.
And so I named the rescue after him.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad I found that out because I really wanted to know. So then when you moved to California, what happened? Did you have to start over? Did you just move everything here?
When I moved, I had rescue dogs there, so as I knew I was graduating and going to move back here, we didn't take in any more dogs. At the time, it was me, and there were a few volunteers from the A&M vet school that would come and help me out.
That's amazing.
And so I moved out here for law school, and my family's out here. And I did the rescue on the side, just me, pretty much. And occasionally would do like some walks, some public education walks, started them in Texas, just things like that, you know, outside of my school schedule. And then just as the years went on and on and on, it just got bigger and bigger and bigger and more involved.
All right, guys. Well, that's our show for today. And I know how much you all love and adore me and mwah, mwah, mwah. Right? Totally, right? No? Not so close? Whatever. So, next week on the show, we are hoping to get a really cool local business here in Sacramento called the Home Consignment Center in Sacramento. I bet a lot of you have never heard of them before, but they're awesome. If you ever need to buy furniture, I totally recommend going to them. And the owner is fantastic and will welcome you with open arms, no matter what your credit, no matter anything. All you need is a little bit of cash in your wallet and you are golden. Also, we're going to talk about our favorite news stories, our YouTube comments, and by the way, kids, the more mean, dirty, and evil they are, I want to read them. I want to put them on my show, on my Facebook page, on my Twitter. I want to put them everywhere and make you famous. Also, we're going to have a special guest, but it's a secret. We can't tell you. And a special message to SourceMan23. I personally want to thank you for your lovely, smart, brainiac comment. But by the way, if you watched the video at all, and if you have ever gone to Sammy's restaurant in Sacramento, Cal is a very beloved owner of his restaurant and is known very well throughout Sac. So I would not go saying those comments about people who you don't know anything about. And he doesn't have his green card because he's legal in the United States. Legal in the United States, in case you don't know how to spell, which by the way you don't. Rec is spelled W-R-E-C-K, not W-R-E-K. So if anyone should work on their grammar and their spelling, it should be you, sir. And make sure at Spilling Daisies, we're all English majors here, so don't leave us asinine comments that don't make sense, okay? And do your research. But remember, if you get a really good, mean, hatred-full comment for our next show, we'll plug it just for you. Oh, I'm sorry, I got distracted by talking about that evil YouTube user. Also on the show, we're going to talk about tons of other stuff, so Facebook me, Twitter me, follow me, email me. All of my information's at the bottom of the screen. Whether you hate me or you love me, I want to hear from you. Ciao.
Yeah. It's been a ride. I guess I had to go to that place to get to this one. Now some of you might still be in that place. If you're trying to get out, just follow me. I'll get you there. You can try and read my lyrics.
Bring it.